In an ancient city where the streets curled like snakes in the captivity of night and every stone held the darkness of millennia, there lived a man known only as the Last Sigh. His real name was buried beneath the shadow of fear, and his past was a secret guarded by unknown forces. Last Sigh resided in an ancient mansion that stood on the very outskirts of the city. Here, among the shadows, sad eyes, and tablets of wind, he waited for his last breath. It was believed that this moment would come on the day when the city would fall into total darkness and the moon would turn red as blood. On a night when the stars hid their faces behind clouds and the light of the lanterns seemed like a pale ghost, Last Breath awakened from an ominous dream. His room was filled with the smell of grave earth, and the air grew thicker as drops of darkness dripped down the walls. He rose from his bed, treading on the old wooden floorboards that creaked as if summoning ghosts from the past. The walls of the mansion whispered mysterious secrets, and the shadows dancing in the flickering candlelight seemed eager to reveal the forbidden secrets of the Last Sigh's soul. He walked slowly through the empty corridors, ancient portraits of ancestors who seemed to be watching him with their dead eyes. In a room where an ancient mirrored dresser stood, he saw his reflection, but the eyes of his own reflection were devoid of life, their light absorbed by an unknown evil. With each step he came closer to the darkened attic where, according to legend, an ancient book was kept that opened the door between worlds. Here, amidst the cobwebs and the smell of old books, Last Sigh stopped in front of an old altar. At that moment, the wind whispered his name, and the hall shook with an invisible force. The ancient scrolls on the shelves spoke a mysterious language, and the shadows on the walls took the form of the sinister forces that lurked in the depths of this place. The Last Sigh opened an ancient book, its pages covered with ancient symbols. He began to recite the spells, feeling the power of darkness coursing through his veins, awakening the dark passions that lurked in the deepest corner of his soul. At that moment, the sky above the city lit up with scarlet light, and the ground shook beneath his feet. The city was shrouded in darkness, and the moon glittered in the sky like a bloodshot eye. Last Sigh realized that the moment of his last breath had arrived. The darkness swallowed him, and his scream carried through the narrow streets, leaving behind only the echo of sinister laughter. Since then, the house of the Last Sigh has become a place where ghostly sighs are heard at night, and shadows dancing in the candlelight as if playing an ancient death ritual. The legend of the Last Sigh lives on in the dark corners of the city, reminding us that some secrets are better left in the darkness of eternity.